Do you ever have one of those days when you just know you're going to have issues? This is my week. This is the way my week has been going. I'm outside doing a perimeter check for the house. I see water coming out from behind the exterior siding, right where the shower valve is. Yeah. This is a 1989 vintage Delta 2 knob shower valve. That's obviously got some leaking issues. This is in a bathroom that rarely gets used. And subsequently, well, I put that in there, but this shower doesn't get used very much. We occupy the upstairs half of the house on a regular basis just because the room up there is more comfortable. Kids like the loft. But look at this. Look at this. So this is kind of the bedroom that we don't use. So we got that. Constant dribble coming from both the hot and cold valves. If you guys aren't familiar with the Delta, they've got a short little spring and a little rubber hat kind of thing that sits on the spring, and that's what sits on the back side of this valve. Well, the little rubber cap is flat and dry, and, you know, as dry as a wet valve can be, but it's flat. It's no longer making a good seal on the back of here. So it was allowing the water to come up through here. Cold water comes up here, hot water comes up here. It gets released in these valves. It goes across this horizontal piece. All right, if you guys aren't familiar with the shower valve, it mixes here in the center. Now, if this was in a tub, there would be a spout coming down for a tub fill, but that's capped. Because this is a shower, there's a pipe, a shower riser, I guess, riser pipe, 1/2-inch copper pipe that comes up to a little threaded doodad here, an eared threaded elbow. Put your shower head and shower arm, chrome arm on there, and you take a shower. So here's that riser from the shower, which is pretty common. 3 pieces to make one, right? This is the part that's screwed into the top of the shower valve. Couple splices. There's that eared 90, which has got a 1/2-inch thread. Anyway, what appears to have happened is this. Let me get you up close here and personal. Where are we? Here we are. Some point in time, remember this is sitting like this on top of the shower valve. Some point in time there must have been some water. This shower valve was improperly bled off, and there was some water left in this pipe. It's an exterior wall, and it split. It froze and it split. Well, the shower doesn't get used all the time, so it's hard to say how many years ago, or if it was this year. I don't know when the thing split, but the problem came when those valves, the hot and cold valves, started leaking slightly, because the water level would work its way up this pipe until it hit that. As soon as it hit that, it would come flowing out into the wall and into the floor and out to the outside through that siding. Yeah, baby, that's how she goes. When it rains, it pours, literally. This is where I saw the water coming out. It was coming out from behind. This is the concrete foundation. There's the liquid propane LPG pipe going in. That's a hose bib. There's a reason why this is all wet. I'll get to that in a minute. That's another part of my issues. But I did notice the water was draining out from running out from under here. You see these little green fern plants are growing, so that means it's been leaking for a minute. Not for so long that it became over vegetated, but it's probably been leaking for the last few months. I don't know how that went unnoticed, but anyhow, so yeah, I cut the sheetrock first, hoping I could pull that riser pipe out from the top, because I didn't really want to cut the fiberglass enclosure, but well, that wasn't meant to be, so I had to end up, it was just twisting in the wall, so I ended up cutting the fiberglass shower thing, so that's gonna have to get repaired or whatever. And let me show you what else is going on. So today I'm being a good boy. Yeah, it was like 110 degrees today. 110 degrees, no joke. And look at that, you can't even see the mountains anymore. Last couple of days the air quality out here has been just junk. The wildland fires in southern Oregon and northern California are wrecking air quality. But it was just cooking today. But that didn't stop me. I'm not a puss. You know, it's not any reason for me to stay inside. So I took the old 46 out and was cutting trees, right? Trimming low-lying branches along the road, cleaning things up, doing what this truck is supposed to do. And then this happens. Okay, not only does that happen, but then, oh, that had to happen. That had to happen. Ay, ay, ay. So I have to figure out what's going on with this thing. It's running like it ran great when I first started it, and then it just ran like it had a really bad vacuum leak. The brakes stopped working again, and those are vacuum assist brakes. The split rear end was not splitting, which tells me it's got a major vacuum leak somewhere. I haven't been able to find it. In the course of me cranking this thing and trying to get it to start, I killed the battery. Yeah, still drawing a pretty good charge. I put it on a 10 amp. I still got a couple hours left on this charge. Yeah, before I realized what was going on, this is it without the flooring. There's the can for the vacuum. Transmission drum brake. Anyway, I got to start digging around this thing before it gets dark. So we had the shower issue. We have a funky air issue. We have 46 Dodge issue. Yeah, you see I've got the vacuum isolated. Vacuum comes off the intake manifold here. Goes on this piece of copper pipe that comes up and around through this little split manifold deal device. This goes to the brakes. That's the brakes. This goes to the rear axle. Splits off to the rear axle. And then there's a little hose that goes into the firewall, which goes for the windshield wipers. This is the cable on the gear shifter that allows that rear end to split shift. It's kind of crimped there, but anyhow. So yeah, so that's 3 things. But let me show you the quadfecta. This one, whatever, the 4th issue. Boy, the wind is kicked up, and all that's done is just pushing smoke our way. Good golly, check this out. I was hoping to get a good dump video. Hopefully I can get this truck running again. Yeah, where'd the sun go? Yuck. Yuck. Look at this valley, it's all funky. Tasty. So, yeah, the grass is really dry. We had a very dry summer. Very dry spring, I should say. Wasn't a good year to plant trees, but whatever. Let me get this rock out of here so I don't hit it with the mower next time around. Let me show you what else I'm dealing with. Well, it doesn't look so harmless. It looks like running water. Water running out of a garden hose. But let me tell you something, a little something about this water. That black stuff that's around the water, that's no bueno. And I'm sure glad this is not smell-o-vision, because this garden hose, let's follow it up. It follows up. Oh crap, what did I get into? Oh crap. For you rural guys that are on septic tanks, you know what I'm talking about. For you guys that don't know septic tanks, Google it, and you'll know what a cesspool of funk. So from the very minute we got up here, I smelled sewer, right? And there's nobody around me. There should be no reason for sewer to smell. But I want you to look at all the little chunks of roots. And I want you to look at what's wrong with this picture. This is the pipe that goes out to the sand filter in the leach field. This is the outlet pipe of the septic tank. They no longer line up. Yeah. Now I haven't been up here for a work trip for, I don't know, 2 months, 2.5 months. I know that wasn't exposed 2.5 months ago, because I certainly would have smelled the dookie then. But the minute we got up this time, it was straight dookie. And a little bit of investigation and several hours of me just digging roots. That's all I did. This hole is probably 3 feet deep. 3 feet deep, maybe 18 inches across. 24 inches maybe this way. Somewhere around there. Yeah, so I gotta get in town. The reason I'm draining the septic tank is so we can still continue to use the showers and stuff, and not have dookie water come out of there into the hole I'm going to be working on. My hat's off to you plumber guys that have to smell this stuff. You guys that do sewer lines, look at all these damn roots. I mean, the roots are just doing what roots doing. I can't hate roots. But they were completely wrapped around this pipe and every seam, and these are the rubber seal. These aren't, they've just got the rubber gasket that slip fits. And well, they lasted about 24 years. But I'm trying to get back as much rooting as possible, and then I've got to run into town. Not only do I need to get bathroom shower valves, repair kits for that Delta shower valve, and now I need to figure out how I'm going to get all this to talk again. Yeah. So yeah, drain the tank, and that's lovely. That's lovely. But you know what? You know the moral to this story? Here's the moral to this story. Yeah, I may be up to my elbows in dookie. Yeah, I may have a shower enclosure that has a sawed-off hole in it now. Yeah, I may have an old Dodge truck that's just acting like an old Dodge truck. And yeah, this smoke may be making my voice hoarse right now, and it kind of is. But what are you going to do? You're around it. Anyway, with all that going on, I still have to be honest when I say there's no other place I'd rather be than right here, right now. Yeah. Yep. That truck was good. That truck had a little bit of a workout to get this guy all the way back here. I think this thing weighs about 6,000 or 7,000 pounds. I mean, this thing is solid. 1946 steel right there. I think that rear axle probably weighs 800 pounds. 1.5 ton, 114 or 116 inch wheelbase. I forget now. Yeah, that bed's 8 by 12. It's a big one. It's a big one. And the sub wasn't crying, but definitely the sub was getting a workout. I'm just glad the chain didn't break. I picked the fattest chain I had here on site, and it did it. And I had my oldest daughter in there steering, Armstrong steering, getting there. Pull that wheel where you want it to go. Stay behind me with no brakes. So she did really well. I didn't want to take any video of it and make her nervous, and I certainly didn't want to get any video of that 46, that beautiful nose smashing into the back of my sub. But anyway, I gotta go take a shower. Actually, I'm gonna go eat dinner and then maybe take a shower. Maybe come out and try to mess with this before it gets too dark. Yep. There's the floor. Turn signals. This thing's highway right, man. Yep. I imagine that'd be pretty sketchy driving without the floorboard in. I'd be fine. Just a little ventilation. So anyways, we'll see if we get this thing running. Get you guys a nice little dump video of the truck deleting this load into a burn pile. But I gotta run. I have showers to take, hands to clean. Definitely have a glove on this one hand that I'm holding the camera in because I've been up to my elbows in poo-poo. Poo-poo. Yep. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See you!